Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim. Now I've seen two of Trier's previous films, Thelma, which I loved, and Worst Person in the World, which I liked less, but I still enjoyed. He's definitely an interesting filmmaker, so I was looking forward to this, and I absolutely wasn't disappointed. I'm not quite sure where it'll figure yet, but it's definitely jumped right into my top 10 films for 2025. Sentimental Value really is one of those films that reminds you what cinema can do when great writing, great actors, and a great director come together. I loved the opening scenes. It really grabbed me from the start. The film begins in a theatre with Nora, played by Renata Reinsver, on the verge of going on stage. She's in the grip of an attack of nerves. The camera is handheld, it's really shaky, it pushes close to faces, breath, and the panic. The audience waits, we wait, there's so much tension. It instantly brought to mind Cassavetes' Opening Night. In that, we see a performance of the play in Opening Night where the same uncertainty and tension is prominent. I'm not saying that these films are similar, but it does reach for that same kind of raw place where performance and fear and identity collide. We get a glimpse of the chaos inside Nora's inner world in these opening scenes. And that opening sets the tone for the whole film, really. This is a film deeply interested in film and acting, not just as artifice, but as a way of allowing emotions to surface that otherwise would remain buried. The story plays with meta ideas, the idea of cinema within cinema, performance within life. The whole film is about authenticity in real life and in art. At the centre of the film is Nora and her father Gustav, played by Stellan Skarsgård. Both are hugely talented, both are deeply unhappy. Their lives have been confused by work. Gustav in particular has been a terrible father, emotionally absent, lost in his own world. The damage that this has caused is clear. Yet the film refuses easy condemnation. As we learn more about Gustav's own history and traumas, he becomes not really excused but understood. In a profound way, the film becomes a form of therapy for both of them. These are deeply damaged people trying to find a way to communicate, and cinema is quite literally the only language that they share. Through scripts and through performance, they might be able to find a way to say what they've never been able to say to each other directly. And there's a lot underneath the surface in this film: love, neglect, resentment, forgiveness, artistic ambition. I really felt that this film took me on an emotional journey of two people struggling to express their feelings, except through film and theatre. The performances are exceptional. Renate Reinsver is excellent in this film. One thing that I didn't enjoy about her character in Worst Person in the World was that she was so superficial, and I thought the film remained a little bit shallow because we never saw very deep into her. In Sentimental Value, I had the feeling that it's almost like the same character, but we're getting a lot more background and depth. Stellan Skarsgård is fantastic as Gustav. He brings real presence, and there's an authentic, awkward chemistry between him and his daughter Nora. Elle Fanning is a bit of a secondary character in the film, but she's great too, and her role plays a really important role in the story. There are many flashbacks in this film, and it's a bit confusing at first because it's clear we're going between different time periods. We're not always sure when that is happening, but in the end, it did feel seamless. It's really well constructed, and the whole thing does fall into place. There's also some humour in the film, and yes, there is a bit of sentiment, but it's earned. The title isn't only ironic. For all its depth, the film keeps you guessing right to the end. You're never quite sure how this story of father and daughter will resolve itself, or even whether it truly can. When the final moments arrive, I really didn't know what was going to happen. It kept me guessing until the end in a really satisfying way. At around 2.25 hours, this is not a short film. Yet I actually was sorry when it ended. I loved being in its world. Every scene felt necessary and enjoyable. It's also a film with real weight. The themes of family, art, and damage passed down between generations are handled with seriousness, but never feel too heavy. There's a lightness too. The balance is beautifully judged. I enjoyed this much more than Worst Person in the World. That film did impress me. This one really moved me. In the end, Sentimental Value feels like a classic in the making, a mature European family drama rich in emotion, texture, and intelligence. It's no surprise that it's attracted awards attention. It really deserves it. For me, this is great storytelling. I thought it was fantastic and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.